Hello traders, Rich here and welcome to Kucoin episode 34, and today we are going to go over KCS analysis. As usual, if you don't know about Kucoin, it's one of the largest crypto exchanges in the world with over 700 billion traded volume on the platform and 10 million registered users from more than 200 different countries. Kucoin has many features like margin trading, spot trading, mining pool, staking, lending, and many more with over 700 listed coins. If you don't have an account yet, I'll make sure to attach my referral link description below, and if you create an account through it, you'll benefit from 20% discounts on your trading fees. So let's get started, and as usual, cheers. Here we've got KCS weekly time frame. We are currently trading inside a big wedge pattern, which is a long-term bullish reversal pattern, as it is showing us a potential shift in momentum from a long-term perspective. However, for this wedge pattern to get activated and for the bulls to take over, we need to see a break above the upper brown trend line and above the last major high, which is currently around 11.5. Anyway, we'll see it better from daily time frame. Meanwhile, we are trading inside this wedge pattern, and yes, a wedge pattern is a stronger pattern than a channel because even though we are making low lows, but we are not making big impulse movements equal to the previous ones. However, it's getting smaller and smaller. So if it is equal, then we will have a channel, which means that the bears are still in full control. Here, for a wedge pattern, the bears are still in control, but they are losing momentum bit after bit with every second impulse movement. Again and again, for the bulls to take over and for the wedge pattern to get activated, we need to see a break above the 11.5. Meanwhile, we'll be looking for buy setups on lower time frames to catch these short-term bullish movements inside this wedge pattern. So as you can see, after price rejects the upper trend line, we start the impulse movement, and as price retests the lower trend line, we reject it and start the correction movement. That's why we start from the higher time frames to feel the overall market and know where we currently stand. So previously, last week due to FTX crash, unfortunately, we had this rejection from this upper trend line. And now we're approaching this 5 to 6 support zone as you see previously. And as you can see, the price rejected it as well. If we break it downward, a movement to the 2.70, 2.25, 2.5 would be expected, which would be lining up with the lower trend line, also a demand zone. So this would be a massive zone. Of course, I'll be looking for buy stops here. But first, to reach this area, we need to break below the 5. If you zoom into daily time frame, we can see it even better. As you see, we've got a support zone here and also a demand now, since we had an aggressive movement upward from here. So I'll be looking for buy setups from this area. And meanwhile, we are bearish, of course, as you clearly see inside this big impulse movement pushing price lower. If we go a little bit lower, I'm also looking for buy setups around this demand and support. If we break it downward, then I'll be looking for buy setups around the 2.25. But for now, let's take it step by step. Around the support and demand, let's zoom into lower time frames and look for buy setups from here, as a movement till the upper trend line to retest it would be expected. If you want very similar to this one, for those who have been following me, we bought around this area, and unfortunately the FTX, we broke below a major low and we traded lower. For now, we are forming like a descending triangle, rejecting this demand zone and this area. If we break it down even, we still are around the demand. We'll be also looking for buy setups. It would be a spring before the real move happens, but this is a support zone that for the bears to remain in control from a long-term perspective, we need to see a break below the zone. For now, for the bulls to take over from a medium-term perspective, I would like to see a break above the upper trend line, which is holding the price down, and also above the last major high, which would be here. So it would be around 6.8, 6.9. If we see this break, then expect a short-term or medium-term bullish movement on KCS till around these highs right here. But as mentioned, from a long-term perspective, I still want to see a break above the last high. Let me make it appear on daily. I don't know why I deleted it while I'm talking. So that's it. So from a long-term perspective, I'm still waiting for this break above the zone. In this case, we'll have a shift in momentum as I showed you from weekly time frame. And let me make it appear on weekly so that you can see it even better. This is the last major high for now, of course. Looking for buy stops here for now from a medium-term perspective. Best of luck, and I'll see you on the next one.